Hi Scorpio, welcome to your reading. This is going to be for the end of June. It's for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. If this one doesn't resonate, guys, definitely check into your other placements. So if you'd like a personal reading, the information is in the description box below. We're going to get into your recent past, your current energy, and the near future. And we'll go ahead and clarify that. And once we finish that spread, I'm going to clear that. We'll get into your person's energy, whoever's on your mind, and then your energy, and get the outcome, the romance angels, and the oracle cards for you. Okay, so this is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's see what's going on for you for the end of June. So we have the Hangman in reverse, the Queen of Swords, the World in reverse, the Queen of Wands, the Seven of Wands, the Knight of Cups, the Ten of Swords in reverse, the Four of Cups in reverse, and then the Knight of Wands. Okay, and then your overall energy is the Queen of Pentacles. Sorry guys, I'm clearing my throat. So with the Queen of Pentacles, we know she's very stable. She's focused a lot of times on her money. It seems like your energy might be pulling back just a tad from love. Not that you're not interested or not that you don't have somebody in your life, but your primary focus for the end of June may just be working on either they're talking about saving money. Maybe there's something that you want in the near future that you want to save for. They're talking about a house, possibly a car, or even investing. Investing seems to be coming up a lot in a lot of the readings. And I think this is talking about focusing more on your independence, your future, the things that you want to create in your life. Not that there isn't somebody around you, because I do feel like there is. I feel like there's someone who views you this way. They realize that you have stability that probably other people that they've been with haven't, and that's a quality that they admire a great deal in you. So let's get into it and see what's going on. We've got the Hangman in reverse, the Queen of Swords, and the World in reverse. So to me, it says you're unapologetic about how you want to move forward in your life. If you're going through a transformation and other people don't understand what it is, I don't think it's necessary for you, nor do I think you feel like you need to explain yourself. The Queen of Swords pretty much cuts through any kind of BS. If someone's coming at you about what's going on and the changes that you're making in your life, I think you're going to be pretty clear about where you stand. There isn't much holding back with her. She really does have a tremendous amount of integrity. She doesn't have to be biting. In other words, she doesn't have to be harsh with her words. It's just being very clear. It's also about not staying in your mental space. So with the Hangman in reverse, you're coming out of a place where you might have felt stuck. If this transition is happening for you now and the cycle hasn't quite completed, you're starting to get clearer and clearer as the days go by. June could be a really big pivoting point for you. In other words, during this eclipse season, some things may have come to not fruition necessarily, but at least started to make sense to you right around the new moon. And that at the full moon eclipse, something might become even more clear, which is going to help you transition from one state of being into another state. We will get clarifiers to see what else is going on there. So with the Queen of Wands, the Seven of Wands, and the King of Cups, if there's someone that you are dealing with, this one's got their back to the situation. So as passionate as you may feel about whoever this person is that's showing up, I think you're going to be very clear about where you stand. The Seven of Wands can be about defending yourself and speaking very clearly, but passionately. So you may feel like you have to defend the things that you're passionate about. If you're starting something new, let's say in your career, and maybe you have a partner that's not quite understanding that, there's a part of them that feels like maybe you're withdrawing your love because you're so focused on what makes you passionate and the things that matter to you in your world, where your love focus may have been on them primarily in the past. This could be a past person too, and there was something about how you communicated very clearly and passionately about what you wanted and the changes you wanted to see, and this person's kind of turning a blind eye to that. Not that they don't love you, it's that I don't think they can accept the changes that are happening to you. I've talked about this in past readings before, where I've said if people don't understand when you start going through your spiritual journey, it can be difficult for them, especially if they think this stuff is woo-woo, right? So that person just may be not sure how to deal with how you're shifting and changing. All right. So in the near future, with the Ten of Swords in reverse and the Four of Cups and then the Knight of Wands, it does feel like this person, because we have two knights, I'm going to say this is the same energy, who wants to be very clear about how they feel. I don't feel right now that you're going to be open to anything less than everything, and I really like that with the Four of Cups in reverse, because this is having expectations of relationships that are fulfilling in every way. The Four of Cups, it could be emotionally, mentally, financially, and pick whatever you want for the Fourth Cup. It's wanting every single one of those aspects. And if anything is missing in a relationship, then I don't think you're going to be willing to accept it. It could be that someone from your past has now decided they want to come back and say, I know I didn't offer you everything that you deserve, and I know how much that hurt you, but they're starting to recognize now that you could be at a point where you're completely done. When the Ten of Swords hits and it's in reverse, that's healing from all of those wounds. And I think when you get to that point where you're done, you're done. So it would take an awful lot of convincing for this person with you in order to possibly change your mind if they want to come back into your life. If you're currently dealing with them and you question whether there's still passion in the relationship, there definitely is. And they may want to come forward and explain that. But again, it looks like something may be already kind of shifted in you where you don't want to deal with any more possibly resentment or frustration, disappointment, betrayal, whatever happened in this situation for you. All right, so I'm going to get clarifiers for the Hangman in reverse and the Queen of Swords. It seems like, as I said, that there's something that you're working on that you're very clear about now. If there was a time where you felt like you weren't sure what direction you wanted to go, you seem to be getting out of the headspace and being very clear about what it is that you want moving forward, whether it be in the relationship or in your work situation. So let's see what's going on. The Hangman in reverse and the Queen of Swords. So we have the Two of Cups in reverse. Well, that's, not seeing eye to eye with someone. The Seven of Wands, again, feeling like you have to defend yourself about the choices that you've made in relationships that you possibly could have ended or chosen to walk away from. It could be because somebody started to show up as emotionally unavailable, or they could have been emotionally manipulative. And maybe there was a point where you didn't recognize that kind of behavior, and now it's starting to become clearer and clearer. As you start to wake up a little bit more or possibly start watching your readings, you could get a better understanding of the types of traits that are representative of somebody who just doesn't share their love. It may have felt like love, but I think you realize now that the two of you are not on the same page. You definitely are finding yourself, and this person's not necessarily supportive, emotionally or otherwise. All right, so the Seven of Wands, again, was on the bottom of the deck, which means that's a double clarification that you're going to be standing up for yourself and the choices that you're making for your life. You're not waiting for somebody to accept what you decide to do with your life, even if you're in a current relationship. So then we have the High Priestess and the Ten of Pentacles. That's beautiful. And the Lover's card. As I said, there's a part of you that may not be as focused on your love situation, whether it be a past or current, or even if you're single and wanting to find someone eventually, you could be saying to yourself right now, this is just not a time that I need that to be my primary focus. Your intuition is starting to really kick in. I feel like you're getting to an even higher level. So if you felt really exhausted or have had headaches and things like that in the last couple of weeks, or you're starting to experience some strange things right now, that could be that you're just ascending. You're starting to ascend to a different level. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles, and that's going to help open you up even more, which is going to lead you in a direction to things that bring you the kind of stability or bring you the kind of money possibly even that you want. If you're moving forward in a project or in a work situation, you're using your intuition now and paying attention to the signs, knowing that it's going to lead you in the direction that's going to create this kind of happiness, this kind of stability. And I don't think I feel like you're unapologetic, let's put it that way. Very unapologetic about how you're going to continue to move because it's what makes you happy. All right, so let's get into the Ten of Swords in reverse and the Four of Cups. Being disappointed by somebody not actually showing up the way you had expected maybe, or you thought that they would. They may have been someone who showed up one way and then started to actually shift and change. And maybe those changes were not something that made you feel like you wanted to continue moving forward. With the Two of Wands, you're starting to see the future a little bit differently. It's starting to light up in a different way. You're having a different perspective is another way to look at this. Seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. If you've been going through some challenging times and you did break up or are in the midst of wanting to possibly move away from a relationship, at the end of June, maybe something, or moving into July, you may start getting some clarity about how you want to move forward, the steps that you want to take. Right now, or in the near future, it could create some burdens in your life where this person had created some kind of instability or hurt, or you feel somewhat betrayed, whether it be emotionally or otherwise. It could also be a higher level commitment, so a marriage and or something you've been in for a very long time. If it's gotten to the point now where it's too much to deal with, I think as you continue to go on your spiritual journey, you're going to put down the things that are creating that weight. If you're carrying so much on your shoulders that you can't take it, I think you're going to be focused on yourself. And if this person tries to come in, I think the spirituality is going to stand above whatever passion or love you feel for this person. And that clarity is going to be there, and you're going to be like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. It just seems like every time this situation is around, it creates more burdens than it's worth. Let's see. And seeing into the near future, then we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. So it could be creating instability for a partner or someone who's from your past that had desired being with you or wants to continue to be, but you may be apart from. They may not be as stable as they come across. So the Ace of Swords is saying you need to have clarity about what you want. If you don't want to be in a relationship anymore because now this person is showing up as unemotional or unemotionally available is what I wanted to say, or even becoming manipulative in some way, that creates instability for you and doesn't make it easy for you to make steps forward, or take those steps forward, sorry. With the Ace of Swords, that's being very clear about how you're going to move forward, what new beginnings you want to see happen. Then we have the Knight of Cups in reverse again. Well, actually, he was in the upright, but now he's in reverse. So someone could be holding back and not wanting to tell you that they don't support possibly the choices that you're making, or they're afraid to come back in because they think you're just going to cut them off right at the knees. The Wheel of Fortune tells me that you're moving into these whole new circumstances is what it feels like. The Wheel of Fortune can be about part of your transformation, a shift, a beginning of the new, closing out one cycle to start another, and you're very passionate about that. The Two of Pentacles in reverse, at some point it could have created some kind of instability and you just didn't feel like you could move forward. It's like no matter how hard you tried, things just didn't seem to be working out. And I think your focus shifted and you started putting it back on yourself. The Eight of Cups in reverse just tells me that you want to release any kind of emotional baggage. If something's going to be weighing too heavily on you, you're not going to have a problem walking away from it. There may be a part of you that hasn't fully emotionally walked away from the situation, but I think you're being very clear. It could have happened during these moon cycles. Again, the Emperor in reverse, you could be dealing with someone who's not in an emperor position. Emperors can be very controlling, but in reverse, it's like it's misused. So that person may start to act more possessive or more controlling because they feel like they're losing you, or they feel like they've lost you and now they have no idea how to come back and regain what they've lost. The Four of Swords is very much about inner work, inner thoughts, not staying in your head too long, thinking things through, but making decisions very quickly. The Eight of Swords tells me you're not stuck. So where you may have thought you were before, you're coming out of that. And then you have the Hangman in reverse again, which says you're not stuck. You're not going to hang around and wait for people to either choose you or decide that they want to come along on the ride. The Four of Pentacles in reverse just tells me that you're open to things. You're not afraid to do what it takes. In other words, you're not greedy with your emotions. You're not greedy with your money or anything else. You're always open to people. If it were in the upright, I'd say, maybe you need to save money or you're withholding on purpose. But in this case, it's freeing yourself of any of those burdens of either people that have held back or don't give the same way you do. And in this case, I'd say you need to be a little bit selfish. You need to hold things close to your heart because you've given so much in the past. And then the Sun card comes in, best card in the deck. All of a sudden, the world seems different. You feel different. You're shifting and changing, and your light is getting brighter and brighter and brighter. It's beautiful. And that's helping you overcome any of these situations in the past that were disappointing. It could have been family members, friends, disappointment in work relationships, whatever it was that seems to have been painful for you to deal with, you're starting to overcome that. It's really amazing. You're not going to put work, Eight of Pentacles in reverse, into things that aren't going to be on your level anymore. In other words, if you're starting to ascend, you're starting to shift and change, somebody's got to come with you. The people in your life have to, or unfortunately the universe may come in and say, if they're not going to put the work in the same way you do, or they're not where you are, then it's not worth putting your energy into. And then we have the King of Wands in reverse. This is my narcissist card. So you could have been dealing with somebody who was extremely manipulative, or, played games, did something that created a sense or feeling of betrayal. I don't sense necessarily that there was any kind of a third party. There very well could have been. I mean, there's so many of you out there, and it is general, but you could have been dealing with someone like that. And if they don't change, a lot of them don't, by the way. So if this is who this person is, it might just be time to completely remove yourself and take that leap of faith moving forward. If you have to leave a relationship or cut relationships off, you don't want to be a fool again. You don't want to make decisions. Listen, we all feel like fools when we've gone through things. I try to say don't, because you're not a fool. Maybe that person was the fool when they didn't recognize what they had. And again, the Nine of Swords, you're not losing sleep over these things anymore. Seven of Cups. You've got all kinds of options coming towards you, and you're going to defend yourself, defend what it is that you're doing. You're not going to deal with any kind of drama. It could have brought drama into your life with this person, or they tried to create drama because you didn't want to give them another opportunity in love. And the World card's coming in. It's such a beautiful layout, what's happening. The world is all about this transition. You're going through this now. It was in reverse before, and now it's starting to happen, and you're really shifting and changing. Let's get into the signs. You could be dealing with a Taurus, a Leo. I do have Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus here, as well as a lot of water. So Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. And then we have the Death card. You're going through that death and rebirth process. If you've already gone through the dark night of the soul, or you've already gone through the shadow aspects of things, as you started to do this, it's going to change everything in your world. Everything's going to shift. The people you meet, the things that you do, how you make your choices moving forward. You're not going to be dealing with manipulative people any longer because you're aware of that kind of behavior. All right, so as I said, I'm going to clear this now, and we'll get into the person that's on your mind. So it could be somebody completely different than who showed up in the reading. You do have someone who's very passionate about moving towards you. It could be that once you've gotten over whatever disappointments you had in the past, that's when that Knight of Wands energy starts to move towards you. So if you're looking for new love, it's very possible, or if you've just recently met someone. So think about whoever it is that you'd like to get info on. This is for Scorpio's person. Please tell me about their energy first. Okay, so we have the Sun in reverse, again, Leo. We have the Page of Wands in reverse, the Five of Cups in reverse, and the Hermit. All right, and then for you, we've got the Judgment in reverse, the Devil, the Fool in reverse, and the King of Pentacles. The overall energy between the two of you is the King of Wands in reverse. This could be somebody who has, this has been coming up a lot lately, it seems like, has issues around intimacy. Doesn't always have to be with sex. It just means they could have trouble showing intimacy, being intimate in general, in whatever way that means, whatever that means to you. It just feels like difficulty in that department. So the Sun in reverse, and then we have the Five of Cups in reverse. Whoever this is definitely not happy about what they've done. They know that they've hurt you in some way. They're very hurt. So they feel a lot deeper than maybe they showed up if that was them in the main spread. They're definitely in a position where they feel like they're crying over spilt milk. But the Page of Wands in reverse is somebody who doesn't know how to communicate very well. So you could have been dealing with somebody, no matter what age they are, who's a little bit immature in how they show emotions or how they deal with intimate interactions, things like that. The Hermit in reverse means this person's not in a place where they're willing to or are open yet to doing the work. This could just be not open and ready. So if you're questioning whether they get into this as well, I don't know that they do. And that could be where that separation has happened or is happening for the two of you. With you, we've got the Judgment in reverse and the Devil. I think for you, this is a decision around toxic behaviors. People who have probably a lot of, I want to call it the bad boy, bad girl kind of energy. You may have dealt with this a few times in your life. Most of us have. And recognizing that, I think you're clearer when this starts to present itself to you. It could be that the two of you have a very deep, passionate, kind of almost crazy kind of connection, and maybe you haven't felt that before, but is it healthy for you is the question. With the Fool in reverse, not wanting to take any chances that this is going to happen again. If there was already issues and this person's got toxic energies, maybe they even have some kind of addictions or something like that, and you don't want to move forward and take a chance if that hasn't shifted or changed. And you show up as the King of Pentacles, being very sure, like we've talked about in the reading so far. You know what you want. You're very focused on your stability. It could be, again, wanting to purchase something. I feel maybe you want to save up for something, and that just seems to be where your energy is. But you're showing up as very grounded, earthy, and all the way around solid. All right, I'm going to get the Romance Angels. We'll see what those say, and then we'll see what the outcome for this situation is. And then we'll get the Oracle cards for you as well. This is for Scorpio. All right, so we have reconciliation. I do believe this person wants to reconcile. New love. It is safe for you to love. Stay optimistic about your love life. And then we have children. Your love life is being affected by children. So you know if that's you, if your love life is affected. You could be in a situation where, you know, possibly splitting up could hurt your kids, or it would be difficult to explain. things like that. That's going to be for a few of you. Reconciliation, someone from your past is returning to your life. So for those of you who this is someone from your past, it seems like they want to come forward. I just don't think right now they have the strength to do so. All of their cards are in reverse. The new love, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. For the others of you, it could be that somebody is getting over something that they've dealt with in the past before they move forward, and they might have their eye on you. So new love, like I said, with that Knight of Wands in the main reading, very possibly could be coming towards you, and sooner than you think, somewhere around this full moon. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. If you've doubted in the past, is it possible to find that kind of love? Absolutely, it is, especially because you're doing the work right now. Watching tarot is very helpful to opening people up onto their journey. And it's going to be safe for you in the future if you've experienced a lot of heartbreak or toxic people. Excuse me. And that's why they say stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So if you're in the singles department and you're looking for it, the energy of the person that might be moving towards you just needs to get over something that they've been through. Now, if you want the person from the past, it may take a little bit of time. Let's see. It's like I said, it's going to be different for everyone, but let's see what the outcome will be. All right. So we have the Four of Cups, we have the Seven of Cups in reverse, the Ten of Wands, and the Ace of Cups in reverse, and then we have the Moon card. So could there have been secrets in the relationship? Very much so. And maybe that's what's going to happen. This person's going to decide they want to move towards you. They may be afraid that you're not going to accept what they have to offer. It could be that they also have secrets. With the Seven of Cups in reverse, this is not being confused anymore. So there may be some clarity that's going to be brought to you in this situation. Again, here's the Six of Cups. So that tells me someone wants to come in and offer you something, but can you trust this person? Are they going to tell you the truth? Or are they just going to hand you the one cup and say, you know, I don't know if I want to tell you everything. I don't want to explain myself completely. You could be dealing with a Pisces, Capricorn, and we have water energy here again. And then we have the Ten of Wands. The burdens of this. Can you again? It feels like it's a heavy situation. The Ace of Cups in reverse just says, you're not sure. I don't think you're sure. It could be that both of you are just not sure if this can get off the ground again. Maybe there's not as much love from your side, and they are afraid that that's what's going to happen if they come towards you. But then I have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, this person seems to have done a number, and I think they may want to come in and offer you a little something and say, things have changed, or let's work on this. Because Pentacles can be about working on things as well. So I'm not 100% sure that this is a definite outcome. I think you're going to obviously have to make that decision for yourself. It seems like it may be a bit of a burden right now to deal with it. All right. So the last thing we're going to do for love, we're going to check into the Love Oracle cards. Let's see what they have to say, and then we'll move on to the Wisdom of the Oracle for you. So this is the first card. It says, embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. That may be how you feel about this person, or they feel about you. And then the second card is forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. So that's going to be a mixed message. So you guys know this has to be a decision for you. If it's different for each of you, then you're going to have to make that choice. I keep saying that. I'm sorry. I don't mean to repeat myself. But it really is. I can't tell you a for sure outcome. All right. With the Wisdom of the Oracle, let's see what last messages we have for Scorpio. We have a change in the wind, time to go, all that glitters, message in a bottle, and then why. So with the why card, you could be questioning a lot of things. Why is this happening to me? Why are all these changes coming about? Why is this a relationship not working? Why can't it come together? Whatever the whys are for you, it's about digging deep. grounding yourself, because 3 and 1 reduces to a 4, which is about finding balance and also grounding. So you may need to get out and kind of connect to the earth and ask these questions if you have them, and be open to the answers that you hear and receive. Then we have a change in the wind. So things are definitely changing. You are, for sure. That also reduces to a 3, which I like to say is mind, body, and soul, balance in that way. And you're finding that. So that could be changing every aspect of your life. Time to go. It could be that it's time for this to come to an end. 45 reduces to a 9, which is right before the 10, which is finalization, moving on, time to make that next step. All that glitters. The last couple times I've seen this card, for me, it is represented all that glitters isn't gold. So it may be that what you used to think was your everything is now shifting. As I said, that reduces to a 7. So it's, to me, that's very much about spiritual work, and it's a very spiritual number in general. It's just a beautiful thing. But the shifts and changes are going to create a different perspective for you. So what glitters to you now is going to be different than what glittered to you before. A message in a bottle, that reduces to a 6. We have a couple 6s here too. So very much about give and take. This could be that that person wants to message you, or at least have a conversation. So if you're open to it and they come back, they've definitely got something to say. It's going to be up to you whether you want to hear that or whether you want to work on this situation. Okay, Scorpio, I hope that helped. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. To my subscribers, I appreciate you all. Thank you for your support. And to the new, I hope you stick around, hang out with us here. Also, again, I do personal readings, so if you'd like one of those, the information is in the description box below. I hope you have a beautiful end of June, and I'll see you in your next video. Take care.